Ladies and gents, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is a new episode of Per Trade Finder Pro, where we are analyzing the pair BTG PAAS, tickers for BT2 Gold Corporation and Pan American Silver, which are two companies in the precious metal industry. This is a trade that was triggered partially because Pan American Silver released results 9th of November, which is specifically where the signal was triggered due to the fact that the value dropped significantly, giving us the raw signal to get into the trade. So you may question yourself if this is a good timing to get into the trade or not. But let's analyze in detail the pair, all of its context, and observe that these are tradable situations as long as you do it carefully. So one of the lessons we want to take out of this video is how to trade with earnings just released. As we always do, let's first check the whole set of parameters in our cheat sheet that will explain why did we take this trade. In this occasion, I'm gonna go fast because if you saw my previous video, the process is always the same, and I will present the conclusions right at the end of the analysis. But first thing first, let's check news with a special focus on earnings and dividends. So if I go first to gold and earnings, earnings release happened 1st of November, and the signal, as already mentioned, was triggered November the 9th, so the market has already absorbed those earning release news, and we don't see any other relevant news around that date in BTG. So this ticker is okay from that perspective. BT2 Gold dividend dates is December the 6th, so that's almost 1 month away from signal, which is slightly tight, but still okay. Pan American Silver, as we saw in that very beginning, earnings release happened November the 9th, and it was, as already mentioned, a big factor for the signal formation. Additionally, previous week to the signal, there was an announcement that they were going to buy a company called Yamana in consortium with another company called Agnico Corporation. So those are impactful facts that contributed to the signal formation. But even in such a context, volatility, and let me show you here, was still well under control, 1.56. So even in this context, volatility was not that big. Now let's go to the charts and see how to trade this situation, because you can go and enter the trade that disappear directly from Per Trade Finder following the earnings announcement, or alternatively you can wait one full session to allow the price to get stabilized, which is, to me, it sounds very reasonable. Either way, what I could do is place a buy stop order to jump when the price hits the order. So here at BTG, what I observe in the charts is that November the 9th, at this point, and going short for BTG, it's a nice sweet spot because I can see here the kind of distribution signal, and at this point reversion seems possible. Same way, November at BTG, this big candle here is the result of the announcement, but if you look to your left, you can also see here a good piece of accumulation forming structure that give me the impression that this is a good place to jump into the trade. So with all the precautions of trying to get into the trade one full session after the announcement, I would place this limit order I mentioned in this zone. Pan American Silver dividend dates is November 18th, which is very close to the 9th. But as we go long in that leg, dividend is in our favor and shouldn't be an issue. If I get back to news, there's nothing else that needs or drives our attention. Standard deviation chart show the signal in what seems to me kind of resistance level, and if we pay attention to these maximums, the entry signal, which is here, points to that a reversion is very possible. So to me this is clearly a green. RSI was 80.82, so high RSI that points to an overbought situation that translates in a probability of reversion. So RSI is clearly a green, even more with the fact that you can observe here a divergence with the price, because while the price is trending up, RSI is just in the opposite direction. That is a divergence which to me is a high probability of reversion. So RSI is also green. Now let's analyze. Correlation is 87.7, quite high. Co-integration is 0.99, so you can't ask for more. So these two parameters here, which are really important, they are superior. CAGR 17%. Drawdown is slightly high, but under limits, below the 20%, which is our limit. But the fact that the CAGR is higher than the drawdown, making me feel that this ratio is also okay. So with that, this is the conclusion of our analysis. We have two yellows, earning dates of course, because as already mentioned, it was a slightly sensible situation, and per momentum. Per momentum, though we have a very clear trending chart, as we can appreciate here. Let me show you. The ratio chart is clearly trending up. I'm not putting it in a red because, as I explained in minute 3.56 of the video, in each of the legs, from a technical analysis point of view, are quite good in my opinion. So this is why I put this as a yellow. Now, with that, this is the result. $1,443 in just 14 days, or an amazing 36% on margin in only 14 days. That's 14 days for a slow 60 pair is very, very good. That's it. So with that, the only remaining thing on my side is to wish you very good safe trading, and see you all in the next episode.